Morning, everyone. I think buongiorno. I don't know. I think that's good morning in Italian. It's the only thing I know. But if I was right, then that's the only thing I know. But anyway, I hope that you have a great day, night, or morning, whatever time it is. Anyway, I did a video well, not just recently, um, for all who heard it. If you thought that I was mad, no, I wasn't. You didn't see mad yet. But anyway, I have even more. I put up on community. There is a video after I did my video. Um, I was having a cup of coffee and I came across what I was speaking about, what I got. About the toll. Easy driving something, MA. Anyway, I put up, I took wherever the video that I did, they showed a picture of it. And in order for me to put all that up, I had to ask how to do it. So I hope I did it right. Let's get into, there's even more that I was told, and also what, I've seen. Let's take the ATMs. Now, I told you about the other times, they are still replacing the, where you put your card, where, you press in stores, ATMs, and all that. The fake ones on top of the real ones, to block it. Well, I guess there's too many putting it out there. Now they're putting glue where you put your card and where you press, enter. Like if you withdraw, you hit, I guess, enter. I believe that's what it is. I don't know how to do ATMs, so I don't know. But anyway, look around to see who's around, because somebody will come up, in line behind you, which they're not supposed to, because you're having a problem. Now, when you hit the enter to get your money, it sticks. So, if you just press it again, whatever, and you don't get it, well, somebody will come up behind you and say, oh, yeah, apparently it's sticking. You need to tap it. And then you will get your money. But the thing is, if you do not close it, whoever was behind you can bring up your account and withdraw everything, because it's given whoever the access to it, especially if you didn't exit. Also, they can see how much you have if you don't exit. But other than that, you have to, if you click on it and nothing comes out, you close it up and, walk away and call authorities or whatever. Because, or if you see others around you. Because they're getting in that way also. The thing is, how is it that all these ATMs, you know, you have cameras. Don't you see people, right there in front of you, of the camera, putting glue or standing there? And plus, how are they getting access to it? I mean, back then, I always saw, it inside, where you actually had to, one at a time get in. And you're supposed to have cameras at the machine and all around there, so you know what's going on. And automatically, authorities should be called. So I don't know what's up. This is all uncalled for. How ones are getting access to all this. And with texting and all that, I don't know if it's for cyber security, who runs all of it, or, I don't know, home something. I just remember home something, you know. Since the beginning, I said you need to, and it needs to be quickly before it got all out of hand, that you need to change it and be alerted, and something happens to the other side or whatever, gets bumped off or, knocked off or whatever, how you want to say it, where they can't get access. And it changes automatically. I've been saying this. Now it's getting out of hand. And I did say, having cameras and everything, this way everyone can know what's going on and put a stop to all this. Now, the other thing is, I mentioned this too. It's cashiers, store owners. Now, you have in some stores, little signs. I don't know what they are. QR codes, where I don't know what it's for, but there's signs that are there and you have to scan it or something like that. I don't know. I guess it's for a membership or something like that. I really don't know. But the thing is, if a cashier, isn't there, you do not leave something like that on the counter. Now, how is it that, someone just came up, took the stores, and replaced it with the fake one? They made it all up, and sometimes they'll just take it and put, like I said, they'll cover and, I don't know, tape it or whatever onto the real one. So how's this all being done? Especially that stuff. You do not walk away from your station or whatever cash, your aisle or whatever, and leave stuff on the counter like that. I mean, really? And it's not only for that, it's for, the QR codes, for parking. And that's wherever you see it. They cover the real ones, and you go to a website, which, you can tell that it's fake. With that stuff, in one, I don't know where, they had somebody noticed it. They called up, and the authorities and whoever checked all over their town or wherever it was, and they found over 150 fake ones. That's way too many. Way too many. Look it up. Both that I've been saying. The one with the QR, it's called quenching. I don't know, QU inching, instead of fishing. And the other one is smishing for the texting. And it gives you all of it. Now the other thing is, now it is younger ones, but it's also any age who's doing it. Now, if, the machine or whatever, just say it's not working or whatever, but they ask for your card. Now this is at stores, restaurants, and wherever. Now, if you're at a restaurant, you ask, that's okay, I'll go up and pay. Okay? If it's at a store, you pay attention. Because apparently, what they're doing is they're FaceTiming or on live or with somebody, and they're pretending, oh, wait a minute, they say all kinds of stuff. They are like, pretending that they're pushing stuff, like they're putting it in. But meanwhile, they're holding up your card to whoever they have on FaceTime or whatever it's called. Getting a picture and everything. So pay attention to that. And again, it's any age. And it's even the younger ones and up are doing it. This is all ridiculous. Now, again, places like this should have cameras. Don't anyone, owners or whoever is around them, doesn't anyone see this? And first of all, if you're at work, why are you on, I don't know, TikTok or FaceTime? First of all. If you are that hard up to steal from someone else that is also, which you don't know what they're going through, just like you, but you rather take from somebody that is already struggling or trying to save, for their retirement because, they had, they're struggling because they have to take care of people. Or if one of them gets hurt or whatever, they're putting money on the side, or maybe, finally they saved up a little bit of money, where they can finally get someone a gift that they wanted. You never know what people go through. But just remember, everyone's going through similar or whatever, or more than you. This is why I said everyone needs to come together, and we are making it happen, but others need to come together with those ones, because you keep doing this, more and more, it's all, whatever you do, it's getting tacked on and tacked on. But now, because of everything being done and it's constant, there's no warnings. I mean, you have to think. It's not hard. Deep down, you know what is right and what you're doing is wrong. Now, the other thing is, now, one's in New York. I don't know where the other one is, but where the lights are, the street lights and stuff, if you see metal on the ground where they are, and if anyone has this problem. Now, apparently, if you're walking your pet and your pet starts to yelping and jumping all around, that's because they happened to step on it and they got shocked. Now, the reason why a video came out, you look it up. is because a young puppy, I mean, I say it's a puppy. I mean, I think it was a year old. I'm not sure. Um, Stepped on him. Just like that, the puppy had a heart attack and passed away. Now, whoever was doing the video, um, interviewed the person whose puppy, passed away, and then they did a interview with someone who believes how it's happening. Apparently, it's old wires in there underneath, and because of the rain and the snow, because of it, being water, it's dripping down now and touching all the wires. So it is, and apparently it doesn't bother us because we are wearing shoes. Now, I guess you have to have the right shoes because, believe me, I know what it's like to be zapped by electric. I was zapped, I think, 4 times, different times. One, I didn't realize that something was spilt, and I was standing in water. And I went to do something, and I got zapped. And I had sneakers on. So I guess it depends on what shoes you have. But with animals, they don't wear any. Now, sorry, in consideration, some people can't get those shoes on animals to wear. I don't know how many times I tried. And most of the time it doesn't even fit. They go to walk, and it falls off of them. And I got the smallest ones. So it depends. So, how do you think this could be solved? Well, change the wires, first of all, if they're old, as a person said. And, why don't you make it better where it's not metal? Metal. Because, isn't it, if you're standing on metal and it's wet, you're near, street light, obviously, if something's going on and nobody really knows about it, or if you touch the light and you're standing on it, you're touching it, to hold yourself up or whatever, say, you're tired or something, it doesn't matter. You will get zapped. And just say you're holding a child's hand. They'll get zapped too. And I know how that feels too. Because when I got zapped, someone wanted to pull me off. Well, when they touched me, they got zapped too. And that's even worse. You know, obviously you need to, knock it, the hand or whatever you're holding, away. That's how I got away from it. But, what's going on? That shouldn't be. I mean, it's more and more that people need to, be careful with. Watch where you walk in. That's ridiculous. We're supposed to make it safe, enjoyable, you know. And obviously much more. Now, you could do this or you don't have to. I mean, I forget where I got this. Like I said, right after that one about, animals getting shocked and stuff like that. I was getting ready to, close everything up because I was done my coffee. This came up about the phone. I don't know. Where it says Wi-Fi and it says ask to join, well, you turn it off. And then make sure the auto join says never. Because this is how people are getting into your info. Now, to let everybody know, now this is all coming back to me. Okay? Now, this is as I was growing up. This is all repeats. I'm seeing the same stuff as I was, I guess, in my teens. I don't know about. I mean, I really don't remember much, but I'm starting to remember little things. But I've seen this done, with people calling, oh, you just won $1 million. I forget. Publishing, whatever. You know how many times, we got those phone calls? But anyway, this is all repeating. All of this. So, in my other video, I did put a new one of scamming, hacking, or whatever. And then I said about, the texting and the other stuff. And then this stuff. And then the ones before. This is all repeats. So, I guess how I'm getting them is, see, we went through this because they used to target my dad. So, with this stuff, yeah, it is, whatever scammers and hackers and whatever is out there. This, because I'm getting them, I don't know. Something sounds a little fishy. They probably got one and, fell for it or whatever. The ones that are targeting me. And they figured, well, let me try it. When I know they see, you know, I even before I started, I told them, I don't own a car, I don't travel, and etc. So how will I have an easy, whatever it's called, easy, and how will I pass a toll when I don't own a car? So all these ones, they had their chance. But the thing is, you're getting chances because, as the saying goes, you're supposed to thank God that you woke up because you have another chance to go make a difference. Now, with all of you, I did say, yeah, you do have another chance to start to go and make a difference. But I'm not saying that you're going to, not go through the karma. Yeah, you will. But you also need to work on doing good stuff, you know, to help you. I mean, really, this is all getting out of hand. And everyone, you know, we all need to start, you know, putting our foots down. I mean, God is handling it, especially what we can't see. We need to keep on praying, to help us to notice who these ones are and stuff like that and bring them down. They need to, learn a lesson. And to let these ones know I'm also saying it is because you did have a chance. You woke up. And if you want to keep waking up, I don't know what God's plan is, but you did ruin it for yourselves. Now, don't think because I'm telling you that you still need to start doing good. This way you can have another chance. Now, don't get me wrong. If you don't start doing good, the only reason why you'll be having another chance is because you're going to go through what God has planned. And it's not going to be good. So it's your choice. You start to, change yourself around. And figure out how to, go through the karma. And yeah, I am being nice here. But don't think that I'm going to feel sorry for you. Or, take his back to be friends. No. Don't twist that. I might have both sides out, but I will always have a good heart and help whoever. But that doesn't mean you went overboard. That doesn't mean that I will take you back, as in, associate with you, trust you, and etc. No. Don't even think that. Just think all those years you've been, or whoever, been targeting. All those years, you could have been with whoever you're supposed to be. You could have been, making better money or living in whatever. But no. No. So now, to start doing good, if you have children, you better start thinking of your children, because they're going to be just like it, instead of helping to make it better. And then they continue, all those friends that they have, they're all going to catch on and all disappear from them. And guess who they're going to blame for that? Think about it. Now, let's get to foods. This is interesting. Now again, I mean, back then, yeah. But you see, they caught on quick and they put a stop to it. like back then. And then they started doing things, you know, healthier and whatever. They didn't put stuff in foods. Now, this is a neat, an interesting one. Is anyone addicted to cheese? They love cheese. Now, it depends on what kind of cheese. I don't know what that is. But anyway, the reason why you love cheese is apparently they're even filling that up with chemicals. And guess what that chemical and other thing is? I mean, I don't know what the chemical is, but the other thing is it's called the case of morphine. They have morphine. It's making morphine out of the cheese. That's why you're addicted to it. You know, when you do the milk, it's watered down. Once you drain all that water out, the cheese becomes it activates the morphine, apparently. Along with the other stuff that's put in it, I guess, the formaldehyde and all that other stuff. Did anyone know that? Wow. You know. Again, why is this all, happening? Huh. Now, I spoke about this, and so has others. I always said, to have a conversation, with your spiritual team, your ancestors, loved ones, God, Jesus, your angels. Ask them. Have little conversations with them. This way you can get an answer one way or another. And I already said a list about that, how you can recognize signs and stuff like that. Why don't you ask them why you're here? And little at a time, someone will come to you. Just a random person, or maybe, you overhear something. Same thing. But say you get laid off of a job. Now, this happened to someone. You get laid off at a job. And you were trying to, find work. But you did. But it's lower than what you used to make. You stay there for a little bit, But then you ask, why am I here? I need to, how come I got laid off or whatever. This person asked that. So, they went in, work. They saw a co-worker just sitting there, all upset. And they asked the person, what's going on? Are you okay? And at first, they didn't want to say anything. Oh, it's okay. And they were like, no, really? Well, the person started speaking and telling them different things. And they were like, okay. The person said, well, why don't we, ask God for help and stuff like that. Well, they started, and the person was trying to help the person, and the one that was sitting there upset said, well, before I left home, I told, God, I'm only going to wait for the answer 24 hours. Well, apparently, when that person came and asked, questions and was helping, tell them that they're enough. You do the best you can. Make sure they keep their faith, and that everything will be okay. That's what you tell the person. I don't know what the both of them was speaking about. They didn't go through it, but they did say the last thing that person said was, you answered me and you helped me, because when I was going to go home, you just saved me from taking my own life. So, you always go, you could be walking down the street, whatever. And I said, in my last video, I was mentioning all this. You never know how you can help somebody. You go with that feeling, and listen how and what they're saying, because you never know. You might have saved somebody that day. Along with other things that you could do. You could have made their day that day. You could have helped them. Wow, I can't give up. You never know. You never know how you would affect somebody. How many you will save. Just by doing kind stuff. Because kindness and love goes way more further than being negative and being harmful. Because that way, it will bite you in the butt quickly. Now, I know that's been out Long time. Since my great great grandparents. They always say kindness and love, peace goes a long way. So, you decide. I mean, and with, you know, the younger kids, you know, they just do stuff, you know. It's like with animals. You know, if an animal is, I don't know, cold or whatever, say outside or something like that, another animal will come and, try to warm it up. A child, they don't care who the person is, the other child, they just play. And sometimes, if they get into an argument and whatever, sometimes they can solve it right away. But sometimes it depends. Now, if you have to pull them apart, I mean, you need to get on that right away. And say, no, you cannot do that. And I know everyone gets what I'm saying. I mean, there's a time, that you have to defend yourself and stuff like that. That's different. You know. Like I said, like that one time that I was telling you, in the other video. Somebody comes at me and I explain that, you know, one situation was it took, 3 cups to get me off of them. And then another one was it took, one other and a bailiff to get me off of that person. And we were in court. And then the other one, I just got off of work. I stopped by at a nightclub with, a whole bunch of people there. Someone didn't want to leave me alone. I'm not going to say what they were doing or trying to do. And when I said no, they called me, a a biatch. So again, it took 3 bouncers to get me off of him. And I don't know where it is. If I find it, I'll put it in. Yeah, I don't have it. I have to put it in. I have to find it. Because I always said, I don't know how to be a biatch. But then I came across something. And I was like, wow. I did learn. No, I can't find it. Maybe before I put the video up. I don't know. But I know everyone gets what I mean. And again, like I said, I'm not speaking about anyone or, personal. I don't know who you are, who's doing all this. I don't want to ask God, oh, give me the scoop. I need to know. No, I don't ask. Something's really important, he'll tell me. And if it's about somebody, he'll tell me. That, that person needs to know. I don't get into anybody's business unless God tells me to. And then after that, once he tells me, it's not like I'm going to remember. That stuff I make sure I don't. Because again, I might tell you, but I trained myself, not to remember stuff like that, whatever the message would be, or because I don't get into people's business. So, if I give you something to help you, I mean, this stuff or whatever, yeah, I'm going to remember me saying, but you get what I mean. If it is for someone's business, getting into somebody's business or whatever, no, why would I remember? It's really none of my business. I'm just giving, and that's like how everybody is, or should be. Now, the ones that I know, yeah, they're like that. They're not going to remember because it's none of our business. We don't get into people's business. We only give general or just messages. That's it. But, and I also mentioned this. I just love these young ones, I'll tell you. They crack me up. I don't remember what the other year was that I mentioned. But I do remember when I was, I don't know, like 18 or 19, a young one, way younger, was like, oh, wow, you're old. I was like, okay. Now it's like, these ones were like, Well, if you were born, before 2000, in the 1900s or, whatever, you're old. Mm, okay. Well, one, we're not, you know, especially if we were born before, 1998, maybe 1999. We're not old. And we do look better than the ones, today. And ones that, but just remember, and it really doesn't matter how old you are anyway. But us ones, born before 2000, you need to start listening to us. Because if no one didn't know, and I'm not trying to make people, feel older, you do know that we are wiser because we were born before Google was even made. So, remember that instead of telling us that we don't know what we're speaking about, we don't know anything, we're stupid, you know. I mean, there's other ones that were before that, you know, but still, you need to watch what you say. As I said in my last video, I know I'm not old, that's for sure. So I hope this helps. And like I said, we need to start coming down with all this and start getting out there. If you didn't start yet, I know there's a lot that has. And again, I will say, I am so proud of all of you around the world. And I thank everyone who is here. And, giving me the pleasure of giving out these messages. You know, So, doesn't matter if you didn't start yet. There's today, or some cases tomorrow. You can start. Try something different if you didn't start yet. You know, you're on your way to work. If you're walking, to go in, and you see somebody, that you actually like what they're wearing, say, hey, you look nice. You never know. They were probably, walking or standing, thinking, should I go wherever I'm going? I don't know. I don't look right. You don't know what they were thinking, and no one said anything to them yet, or whatever. You never know who you will help that day. And more people who, pay it forward, it will be a chain reaction. I guess dominoes or whatever. And that's what we need. And we need, like I said, people to build up where they are, start cracking down to help, look for signs, that God has given in heaven and, everybody, where people are, or if you know who is doing it, you just happen to know or heard, whatever. We need to start, like I said, putting our foot down and start helping. This can't continue. And I know we are making progress. And how much heaven is, they're our ancestors, they are so proud. But we need more work needs to be done. I mean, yeah, we are making progress, but I don't know how much. Like I said, I can't see where everybody is. And I didn't say it was going to be easy. More that helps out. We help, heaven and the underworld. They're helping us. We help the authorities. And we can do it. So, at that note, I'm proud and everybody's enough. Go make progress. Sending lots of love, light, peace, positive thoughts, coffee or tea, whatever you drink to start your day. And don't quit. It's not in your blood. Remember that. We're not quitters. So anyway, keep going. Do the best you can with positive thoughts. Ciao.